Hello everybody, got a video today here on a Kohler Command Pro 7 horsepower. The starter rope assembly, the rope broke on it. And to remove these, there's just like 4 screws that holds it on. And they just go into these hose here and it bolts to your motor. And they just come off. What happened here is the rope broke and it got rotten, so we're going to change it. It's pretty simple. To start off, you'll want to get you a piece of rope. This is size number 4. And I got about 5 foot of it, maybe a little bit longer. I usually just stretch my arms out and do that length, which just a little over 5 foot, I do believe. And when you do that, you'll want to take on the end, take a lighter or a little torch and kind of melt the end of it so it don't fray out on you. And this will make it easier when you go to put it in. And we'll do the same thing on the other end. Be careful because this can be really hot on your fingers, so don't burn yourself. When you get done, it should look something about like that. But before we start on this, I want to give a shout out and a thank you to Next PCB. They're a printed computer board company out of China, and they manufacture and they make computer boards or just about any circuit board that you need. You give them your dimensions and everything. But Next PCB is one of the most experienced PCB manufacturers in China, with over 15 years in the PCB and assembly industry there. So they're a pretty big company, and they've been around for 15 years now, and they're still growing. They do have a thing on there where they do the printed computer boards. You can get a prototype for $0 and have that sent to you, and they do free shipping on PCB assembly orders from Next PCB. So it's a great company. If you needed to get a prototype of a board that you're wanting to do for whatever your project is, I will put a link down below so you can contact them, and they usually get back to you within a couple hours during their business hours. But I think the least or the most is within like a 24-hour period. All depends on when you catch them during their business hours and closing time. But Next PCB is a great company. I found them and I had them make me a couple boards that I wanted to try out, but I'm still in the process of trying to do my little project on that. But I'll put the link down below. Check them out and give them a try if you need a PCB board. And back to doing our rope assembly here. On the inside here, it's kind of sticking out, so we'll just try to pull it on out of here. Just take and get it to where you need it. Grab the end of it. You might have to take a little pair of pliers or something to reach down in there to get a hold of it. But this one had enough there that I could pull it out. And when you go to do this, as you can see, it goes back one way. So you will want to take and turn this Excuse me, catching a cold here, I think. You'll want to take and turn that quite a bit. Some of these ain't as easy to turn, but this one's made so you can put your fingers in there. Has the little fins. So we'll keep turning that. Once it starts getting where it's not wanting to go anymore, don't force it to go anymore. And you'll want to find where the hole is, where you put your rope back through. And on this here, it's right where that sticker is. There's a little hole going through it. You'll want to line it up with where your hole is on your metal shroud part or housing. I always try to, if I can, go from the inside and put it out through, and it just slides through there. And if you can, take something and try to hold this still so you can free up your hands. On this here one, I can take and put this little punch or a screwdriver through there, and it'll hold it in place for me, just like that. Sometimes you can take a pair of pliers or a little clamp or something and hold it, or if you got someone else around, have them hold it for you. Take the end of it, take and tie you a good knot in it. And after you tie your knot in it, I always cut the extra off a little bit. Take you a torch or a lighter again and kind of just heat that up so it kind of melts it together. That way it don't come untied. Take and pull that back in there. And after you do that, you can go ahead and take your punch or screwdriver or whatever you got holding it out. Grab your rope and let it go back in. You don't want to let it go really fast, so kind of do it slowly. And it stopped pretty much about right where I needed it to. Got that little bit hanging out yet. The handle here where the rope broke off, you can reuse it. Some of them have a plastic part here in it that you can pop out. Some of them it just goes all the way through and you tie a knot in it and you don't have this here part. This one comes out pretty easy. It just goes inside of it like that, and the rope will go out the bottom of it. On this here, I'll have to use a screwdriver, but or these here little pliers or cutters, and I can grab that and pull it out of there. Now to do this part, if you want to, take and have someone hold it again for you, or take and put you a screwdriver or something in there. Slide your handle part over it, and you'll want to take your part that you're hooking the rope to. Pull it through, and you'll want to take a little extra off of it so that it pulls back in tight and you don't have that extra hanging out. So I'm going to do it about probably right in here. And the same thing as on the other end, tie you a good knot in it. take and cut it off again. And take your lighter or torch and kind of heat it up. Tuck it down inside of that part. Make sure it's in there good. Slide that back into your little rubber handle part. And you can take your punch or whatever out. And as you can see, it's in there and it goes up tight and it's not hanging out like that. So that's an easy way to fix your pull rope on pretty much any motor, on Briggs & Stratton, Kohlers, and all them. You can pretty much do it the same way. Some of these on boat different, or it'll be a whole big part that goes on top of the motor, and there's like 4 bolts, holds them out on regular push mowers and that. Pretty easy, pretty simple. So don't forget to check out PCB, and have a great day, everybody. Bye.